Sounds like things are getting messy out there tonight. Chaos by Design, Californialove FM has the soundtrack for the fallout. This is Frindly Fire.
I just whisper in the ear, plant a single toxic rumor, disguised as something clear. A piece of bad intel, a manufactured lie, a reason for a loyal soldier to look his brother in the eye and see a traitor standing where a friend was yesterday. That's the art of misdirection, the only game I play. I fabricate the evidence, I manipulate the proof and watch the seeds of pure distrust take root upon the roof. They think they're fighting for a cause, defending their own name, but they're just pawns I sacrifice to fuel the coming flame. Friendly fire, watch them turn and burn. It's the ultimate lesson that they'll never learn. I just set the stage and let the chaos take its higher. Friendly fire, and I never light the fire. The first shot is confusion, the second one's revenge. They're caught inside a cycle that they'll never comprehend. They're hunting for a phantom that I carefully designed, leaving their defenses and their territory behind. They call their allies traitors, they call their leaders fools. They're breaking all their own damn codes, abandoning the rules. I watch it on the monitors, a symphony of rage, as brother turns on brother to unlock a gilded cage. Their paranoia is the ammunition, their anger is the gun, and I'm the only one who profits when the bloody work is done. Friendly fire, watch them turn and burn. It's the ultimate lesson that they'll never learn. I just set the stage and let the chaos take its higher. Friendly fire, and I never light the fire. And while they're bleeding in the gutter, locked in bitter war, I make a quiet entrance through an undefended door. I seize the opportunity, I take the vacant ground, while not a single shred of evidence can ever be found. They've weakened their own structure, they've thinned their own damn ranks, and all I have to do is show up later to give thanks. They're the architects of their demise, the authors of their pain, washing their own empire right down the bloody drain. They blame each other to the end, they'll curse each other's name, completely unaware they were just pieces in my game. The aftermath is silence, a landscape of defeat. Two warring factions, broken and obsolete. No blood is on my hands, no powder on my clothes, just the quiet satisfaction that only a master knows. The history, the right will be a betrayal and a greed of how a trusted ally planted a destructive seed. They'll never look outside the box, they'll never see the strings or comprehend the quiet devastation my influence brings. I absorb their operations, their assets and their land. The perfect victory, executed exactly as I planned. Why fight a war when you can make your enemies fight it for you? The purest form of power, the cleanest victory. Friendly fire, watch them turn and burn. It's the ultimate lesson that they'll never learn. I just set the stage and let the chaos take its higher. Friendly fire, and I never light the fire. That was Friendly Fire. Remember, kids, the most dangerous enemy is the one you think is on your side. DJ Ace, Californialove FM. Trust nobody. Californialove FM. It's a West Coast thing.
The work week is done. Time to collect your blessings. This is Californialove FM, and we're taking you on the most important ride of the week. For the real players, this is the Sunday driver. The suit is freshly pressed, the shoes are shine up to a gleam, reflecting back the image of a brand new waking dream. The church doors open up, I shake the preacher's hand. A quiet form of business he will never understand. I drop a stack into the plate, a tie for my success, a down payment on forgiveness for my future wickedness. This ain't about salvation, it's about the public face, to show him I'm a pillar in this broken fallen place. Then I step out in the sunlight, the homies nod and wait beside a flawless 6'4", the master of his fate. The top is already down, The sun is on the wood, a perfect clean transition to my real neighborhood. This ain't about the sermon, it's about the peace I make. Before the coming violence and the profits I must take.
Sunday driver,
Cleanest whip on the whole block.
Sunday driver,
To 6 o'clock on the dot.
I'm cruising slow and righteous, but the hustle never sleeps. Sunday driver,
While the lonely city weeps. We hit the boulevard, a slow and sacred steady pace. The sunlight on the chrome creates a halo around this place. The families are out walking dressed up in their Sunday best. They see us and they know we are a different kind of blessed. We ain't about the 9 to 5, we ain't about that grind. We are the masters of the game that they were forced to leave behind. We're headed for the park, for the barbecue and beer, to talk about the money that we made throughout the year. This is the day of rest, a strategic calm display of how the real G's operate and watch the week away. The top is already down, the sun is on the wood, a perfect clean transition to my real neighborhood. This ain't about the sermon, it's about the peace I make. Before the coming violence and the profits I must take.
Sunday driver,
Cleanest whip on the whole block.
Sunday driver,
To 6 o'clock on the dot.
I'm cruising slow and righteous, but the hustle never sleeps. Sunday driver,
While the lonely city weeps. The smell of cooking meat is getting heavy in the air. I see the honeys looking with a take me if you dare kinda look. They know the score, they know who runs the show, they know who's got the paper and who's just for promo. I'm holding court right from the driver's seat, I never have to stand. The most respected shot caller in this tire promised land. This weekly ritual's a must, a necessary scene to keep my reputation polished, profitable and clean.
But as the sun gets lower, you can feel the vibe begin to shift. The easy laughter fades away, a dark and subtle gift. The deals get talked in whispers, the plans are getting laid for the 6 days of the week when all the real moves must be made. This day of peace is nothing but a charger for the war. Final deep breath taken right outside the devil's door. So enjoy the sun and music, enjoy the friendly haze, cause Monday is coming back to its old familiar ways.
This ain't a day off, it's a strategy meeting under the sun, to give thanks for the profits and to plan the ones to come.
Sunday driver,
Cleanest whip on the whole block.
Sunday driver,
To 6 o'clock on the dot.
I'm cruising slow and righteous, but the hustle never sleeps. Sunday driver,
While the lonely city weeps. That's the Sunday driver, a day of rest for the wicked. You with DJ Ace on California Love FM. Get your blessings. California Love FM. It's a West Coast. It's that time of day when the sky turns to fire and the kings survey their land. California Love FM is bringing you the soundtrack for the victory lap. This is Golden Hour Empire.
The asphalt starts to cool, the engine takes a heavy breath, waking up my steel chariot from a self-imposed death. The day is done, the work is finished, now the ritual begins, washing the concrete in copper and chrome for all my future sins. The sun hangs low and heavy, a giant bleeding eye, painting streaks of liquid fire across the western sky. This ain't a drive, it's a procession, a patrol of what is mine. Every single soul I pass can read the confident design. I built the city's anger, now I'm here to watch it glow. The one and only master of this brutal final show. The city holds its breath and watches as we start to creep. This ain't a truce, it's a display while all the others are asleep. The light is a reflection of the power that we hold, a story written in the sky in crimson and in gold. Golden hour empire, we're rolling slow and low. Golden hour empire, and we own the final blow. The sky is on fire for the world to see. Golden hour empire, a monument to me. The paint is wet and liquid liquid reflecting back the dying sun. The chapter of the day is over, now the real fun has begun. The bass is cracking pavement, a tremor from the deep, shaking all the windows of the company I keep. I see the people staring from the sidewalk in the stores. They know who owns the avenue, they know who owns the wars. The shadows start to stretch and bleed, they crawl across the ground. My kingdom is transforming with a low and rumbling sound. They stare in silent reverence, they don't dare make a move. Just watch the slow procession hypnotize inside the groove. The city holds its breath and watches as we start to creep. This ain't a truce, it's a display while all the others are asleep. The light is a reflection of the power that we hold. A story written in the sky, in crimson and in gold. Golden hour empire, we're rolling slow and low. Golden hour empire, and we own the final glow. The sky is on fire for the world to see. Golden hour empire, a monument to me. The sky erupts in violet, the clouds are bleeding rust. A masterpiece of power built on violence and on trust. The glass on every skyscraper reflects my silhouette. The ruler of a kingdom that they haven't figured out yet. This beauty isn't peaceful, it's a warning and a sign. A temporary spectacle that proves this world is mine. It paints my concrete canvas in a way they can't ignore. Then fades away to darkness, leaving them just one more. And as the final embers die, the first street lights ignite. A cold and sterile flicker replacing the organic light. The moon begins to harden, the shadows take command. The end of the display and now the hunt is back at hand. The cruise is not for beauty, now the purpose starts to shift. A final quiet survey of the prize, the brutal gift. We've watched the day surrender, now we're here to own the night. Beneath the cold and distant, unforgiving sodium light. The sunset is not an ending, it is a coronation. The sky bleeds to honor us, before the darkness we command. Golden hour empire, we're rolling slow and low. California Love FM, enjoy the view. California Love FM, it's a West Coast thing.
Feel that? It's the calm before the storm. When the talking is done and the balance is due, there's only one outcome. This is California Love FM, and this is the reckoning. I'm not the chaos, I'm the answer to the screams. The brutal final calculus that shatters all your dreams. You built your crooked towers on a foundation of lies, and now you act surprised to see the judgment in my eyes. I am the market correction, the closing of the book, the harvest that you're reaping for every single thing you took. I don't enjoy the process, I'm just here to do the math, to clear the board completely and to walk the final path. You call me a destroyer, but I see it as a cure, the only way to make this broken, filthy city pure. You feel the pressure drop, the air gets cold and thin. You know the time for talk is over, let the end begin. There is no court, no jury, no appeal for you to make, just the silence that descends for every soul I have to take. Here comes the reckoning, the final bitter pill, the absolute conclusion when the world is standing still. This is the consequence, the price for your acclaim. Here comes the reckoning to purify the game. Play for territory, don't care about your side. I'm the impartial arbiter with nowhere left to hide. You could be a king or a beggar in the street. If you disrupt the balance, you the next one I will meet. I watch the power struggles, the pathetic bloody feuds, and I eliminate the variables, correcting all the moods. I am the hand that stabilizes the necessary pain, to cauterize the wound before it festers in the rain. Your moral code is flexible, but my equation's true. The problem isn't me, the problem has always been you. You feel the pressure drop, the air gets cold and thin. You know the time for talk is over, let the end begin. There is no court, no jury, no appeal for you to make, just the silence that descends for every soul I have to take. Here comes the reckoning, the final bitter pill, the absolute conclusion when the world is
witness a fever it couldn't shake, full of petty tyrants fighting over what they could take. They talked of peace and order while they sharpened all the knives and traded worthless promises for broken, empty lives. Diplomacy's a failure when the greed is sunk so deep, so I'm the surgeon they require to awaken them from sleep. My methods aren't gentle, my scalpel cuts right to the bone, but I'm the only one who's willing to do the work alone. And when the dust is settled, there's a cold and quiet peace, a brutal form of order, a temporary lease. The borders reset to zero, the players are all new, and maybe for a moment they will see the mission through. But I will be here watching from the shadows and the haze to see if they remember the lessons of these days. I am the system's fail-safe, the button to reset, the final ugly truth that they will never let you forget. To build something new, you must first burn the old world to the ground. It is not vengeance, it is equilibrium. Here comes a reckoning, the final bitter heart, the absolute conclusion when the world is standing still. This is the consequence, the price for your acclaim. Here comes the reckoning to purify the game. That's the reckoning.
A heavy price to pay for order. This is DJ Ace signing off for California Love FM. Think about what you're building out there. California Love FM. It's a West Coast thing.
Sounds like we're going to war tonight. Strapping California Love FM is bringing you the heavy artillery. This is War Machine.
This ain't a body, it's a chassis, cold and weaponized. Every single thought I have is tactically advised. My pulse is the percussion of a distant mortar shell. I am the modern implement that brings a living hell. You operate on feelings on a sentimental plea. I operate on targets on the threat I have to be. The city ain't my home, it is a greater combat zone. A chessboard made of concrete, where I move and stand alone. Your alliance is a shifting sand, your loyalty's a ghost. I am the constant that you fear the absolute most. You feel the air get heavy, you can taste the coming fight. The hum of my machinery is growing in the night. There is no flag, no country, no ideal I represent. Just the cold and hard efficiency of what I have been sent. War machine, my gears begin to grind. War machine, leave nothing left behind. This is not a battle, it's a function to complete. War machine, the engine of defeat. My senses are enhanced, I see the heat you leave behind. The patterns of your panic that are racing through your mind. You think you're unpredictable, you think you're running free, but you are just a data point inside my strategy. I don't feel anger, I don't feel remorse or pain, just the satisfaction of the ground I have to gain. I am the evolution of the soldier in the gun, the perfect single-minded organism, I am one. Your instinct to survive, mine is to dominate, and in this brutal ecosystem you have sealed your fate. You feel the air get heavy, you can taste the coming fight. The hum of my machinery is growing in the night. There is no flag, no country, no ideal I represent. Just the cold and hard efficiency of what I have been sent. War machine, my gears begin to grind. War machine, leave nothing left behind. This is not a battle, it's a function to complete. War machine, the engine of defeat. The first phase is disruption. I sever your supply, create a sense of isolation underneath the sky. I cut your communications, I introduce the doubt. I am the quiet engineer of how you route it out. The second phase is contact, precise and surgical, eliminating leadership with methods logical. No wasted ammunition, no collateral mistake, just a clean and simple fraction for the statement I must make. The final phase is occupation, a cold and silent rain, the aftermath of logic that has washed away the stain of your chaotic presence, your inefficient mess. The final true objective of this brutal game of chess. There's no celebration, there's no victory parade, just the hum of new machinery, a system I have made. I am the new foundation, the peace that you receive, the absolute authority in which you must believe. Emotion is a glitch, survival is a variable. The mission is the only thing that's real. War machine, my gears begin to grind. War machine, leave nothing left behind.
progress. I guess War Machine makes you feel small. This is DJ Ace, California Love FM. Stay out of the way.
California Love FM. It's a West Coast